Hey guys, are you feeling super overwhelmed and stressed out over starting your photography business? I know you probably are because I was there too. In 2009, I got my first camera. I was crazy excited to start my business. And then I started looking into all the things that I had to do, like register my business, open up a business account, hire an accountant, do all of these things. And I didn't know even where to start. And I got so overwhelmed that I wanted to quit before I even officially began my business, which is crazy because I love it so much. It has brought me so much joy over the past 10 years, and I want to show you guys how to do it right from the start so that you can take away some of that stress and overwhelm launching your photography business. So I'm here to help. By the end of this video, you are going to feel much better, much less stressed out, and have 6 really important tasks and things you need to do to get your business going the right way. Please hit the bell below and subscribe to my channel so you guys will be notified every time I post a new video. We need some bang. Alright, let's get started. So the first thing, you need a business name. I know this seems super easy, but it's not for a lot of people. They don't know if they should name it something, cute if they're shooting little kiddos, or if they want to be a landscape photographer, maybe naming it some type of outdoorsy something. You might switch up your specialty, so it's best just, in my opinion, to name it after yourself. You are your brand, so I really don't think you can go wrong with your name. You can go to the Secretary of State website and actually go register your business name. So for me, I just went to Google and searched Secretary of State Montana, and then I searched for a business name and made sure that it wasn't already taken. And if it's not, then you can go register that name as your own. So you need to talk to an accountant probably about that, or someone who has experience with small business in your area, and they can show you how to do that. But we just had to register ours with the Secretary of State. So once you have your name chosen, now it's time to get your website, all your social media, your email, all that good stuff taken care of, so it all matches, it's all cohesive, and people are gonna be able to find you on all of those areas. All right, number 2, the legal side of things. This is where a lot of people panic because it seems like a lot, but it's really not that hard. So the first thing you need to do is find a good accountant in your area. And you can ask around and get a referral from somebody. That's usually the best way to do it, so you know you're working with somebody good. Once you've found an accountant, ask them whether you should be a sole proprietor or an incorporation. I'll go over some of this, but I'm not an accountant, so make sure you ask them, because I don't know everything. This is just what's worked best for me. So when you are a sole proprietor, you are your business basically. You're not as protected. Most of the liability is on you. So if you were to get sued or something, like if somebody falls or trips over your tripod, they can actually go after you personally and like your house, things like that. And then when you're in a corporation, your business is separate. So they can go after your business, but you'll be fine. So, and taxes, there's a lot of cool tax benefits to being incorporated. You can get different like loans for your business. You open up separate accounts for your business. You can pay yourself a certain amount as an employee of your business, so you are at like a lower tax bracket. So for me, it actually ended up saving me a lot of money to be incorporated versus being a sole proprietor. And with liability purposes, it just made a lot more sense. So I would have probably, if I could redo it, would have just started out as an incorporation. But again, just talk to your accountant and see what's going to work best for you and go from there. Another thing legally is I would get some insurance. So just look up insurance for photographers. I go through a company called Hartford, and I really like them. I have a great policy. If anything were to happen, I would be taken care of. So insurance is something that a lot of people forget about, but it's very important. So you might as well just get it done from the beginning. This came in super handy 2 times. One, when I was robbed when we were in Africa and all my equipment was stolen. So luckily I got most of it back, but the things I didn't get back, my insurance covered. So I would have been out a lot more money had I not had insurance. Another time this helped is when my laptop got stolen at a hotel. My insurance covered it and got me new laptops. Insurance is just very smart, so just get it. Number 3, systems and organization. So this is where I like majorly lack. I'm not the most organized person. So I hired this out pretty much from the beginning of my business. I think I'd only had my business for like a year, and I found somebody who was really good at all the things I sucked at. So I have a girl named Steph who is my studio manager. She's been with me for like 8 years, I think 9 years maybe, and she's incredible. She's very type A, very organized, on it, responds to people quickly, like has all these forms and documents and all this stuff. So if you really suck at it and you dread doing it, just hire it out. I know it might seem like it's gonna cost too much and like you don't make enough to do that, but think of all the extra money you'll make spending that time building your business rather than doing things you hate and you suck at anyways. So my number one tip is just hire it out. But if you don't do that right away, here's a few systems that we have in place that you can still fully do on your own. It's just nice to have a little extra help. So our first thing we use is Google Calendar. So we have Gmail accounts and they sync up. I can see everything at all times, no matter where I'm at. My calendar is always accessible to me. Steph can see it on her end and schedule things for me. And in the calendar, I will have like the client's name, the date of the shoot, obviously the time, where we're meeting. If it's a senior, I'll have her mom's name, mom or dad's name with their phone number. So in case they get lost, I have a way to reach them easily. All those good things are all in the Google Calendar, ready to go at my fingertips at all times. So Google Cal has been an incredible resource. Love it. Can't say enough good things about that. Another great system is ShootProof. So we use this to give all of our digital files to all of our clients. We also use it for contracts, just for keeping track of a ton of things. Clients can go in and order later on if they want. This can be really useful for weddings. If family wants to order things after the fact, there are so many good resources within ShootProof that I probably still haven't even discovered. So definitely give them a look. And there's an affiliate link below to go check them out. Just click in the description below this video. Another amazing resource is Google Docs. So I already spoke of my love for Google, but it goes deeper with Google Docs. So this is another way where anybody that's logged in or shares anything, we can always access things from wherever we are. So we use this to keep track of all of our clients and like the whole timeline. So from when the client first reaches out all the way until we're wrapped up and done with their session, we have like, you know, have they paid for their session? Have they booked a date for their session? What is that date? Where are we meeting them? What's their contact info? Have they done their ordering session yet? Have we ordered their prints yet? Have we delivered them yet? Like everything is listed out. And it's a great resource to keep track of the whole timeline of your clients. Now there are so many other systems that do similar things. We used to use ShootQ, but Steph took this one over and she's great with Google Docs. That's the way her mind works the best, so that's what we've been doing. But check out ShootQ as well if you want it more organized on an actual software where you can keep track of your clients. It'll send out automated emails. There are many, many great resources for that. We just like Google Docs, so we use Excel forms for practically everything. Last thing for the systems category is backups. So this is so important to back up your photos, you guys, like so important. I cannot believe how many photographers like only back it up on one hard drive. The hard drive can crash and then you're completely screwed. So just make sure that you have it like triple backed up. We usually have it on 2 hard drives. I have one portable hard drive that I can take around with me and one external one that just sits like a large G drive that sits on my desk basically, that we can just back everything up on. And then we also back it up on ShootProof, and we also back up their finished JPEGs in Dropbox so that we can access them anytime. We have multiple backups just in case anything happens. Just back your stuff up. Moving on to number 4, evaluate. So you guys need to just sit down and look over your business. If you have even really begun it, look at what you have loved shooting, look at what you have not loved shooting as much. Try to think of what your specialty or what your niche is gonna be. This is gonna make it a lot easier to know what equipment you want, what pricing you should have, how you're gonna market, who your ideal clients are, all of those things. So the best way to do this is just take some time and put it all out on paper. So find out who you've loved working with, who you haven't loved working with, what you want to shoot more of, what you hated shooting, and then just keep shooting what you love and just choose something. I was super stuck years ago between weddings and high school senior girls, and I just sat there forever looking at this list of like goods and bads, and I finally just made up my mind and I just chose senior girls. And I knew either way it would work out because I would find out if I really loved it, it'd be great. I'd have the choice made, it'd be done. If I didn't like it, I would know that that was a wrong choice and that I now would go back to weddings. Luckily, I made the right choice and I've stuck with that for years and years, but it's so powerful knowing what you're really good at and what you really love, because I feel like it's just a disservice to shoot things you don't love. It's not fair to your clients. You should show up just super passionate and excited about what you're shooting. So try to find that out from the beginning and it's gonna make it a lot easier. Also take a second to evaluate like what your goals are, what you want out of this, how much you want to make, how much you want to work, all of those things. So just take some good time, put on some good music, and just write it all out so you have a little bit better of an idea of where you want to go. Number 5, pricing. So this one can get really tricky because there's so much in the world of pricing, and it's different if you're a portrait photographer, commercial photographer, landscape, if you're selling prints by themselves, or if you're selling a service. Like there's a lot when it comes to pricing, so I know how overwhelming it can be. But you will get there, I promise. You just gotta start somewhere. So if you're still in the portfolio building stage, I did a whole month where I just shot for free. I literally said, hey, anyone that wants a photo shoot, I'm willing to just do it for free. I just need practice. I wanna build up my portfolio, and I wanna see what I really love shooting, what I don't love shooting. So anybody that has any jobs, let me know and I'm gonna shoot it. And I shot like 35, 40 sessions in 1 month, like more than one a day. And it was a lot of work, and I didn't charge anything up front. But I told them if they liked it, I would charge them after. So I think I gave them all like a 5x7 print just for letting me shoot them. And then I had little packages where it was like $50 to $150 or something. They could buy a few extra prints. And I was psyched to make any money at that point. But after that first month, I had so much in my portfolio to put on my website. I had a much better idea of what I liked shooting and what I didn't. But after you're done with the portfolio building phase and you're transitioning into actually doing this as a career, then pricing changes fully. So if you're in the portrait world, you probably want to start with like a session fee and then charge collections or packages after the fact. Sometimes people start around like $100, but it totally depends on your area and what you feel comfortable with. You're probably gonna feel uncomfortable charging anything in the beginning just because you're scared and you haven't done this and you're like, am I even worth it? But start somewhere, and every time you book a few shoots, just keep upping that little by little. You might want to just start with a $100 session fee, and then your packages, I always suggest having 3 or 5. Just from a psychological standpoint, we always tend to look at the middle package, and make your middle one what you would love to make. Add a bunch of value in it that your clients will love, and if you're just starting, maybe start your lowest one at like $100 and your highest one at like $500. And then a few shoots later, start from $200 to $600 and just keep going up until you're not booking as much anymore. And then you'll know like to mellow out for a little bit, and then when you get busier, just keep charging more. So it's a process, and you just grow into it with your growing photography career. If you're a commercial photographer, a wedding photographer, totally different ballgame. It's different in every market, so I would just do a little market research, see where people are at in your area, and just go from there. Don't try to like copy people or undercut everybody, but it's just good to give you a slight idea of where people are, and then just go from there. Okay, last thing with pricing, it's really good to have an idea of what you want to make as far as income. So say you want to make like $100,000, and then see how much you want to shoot. So maybe you want to shoot 3 sessions a week. That would be ideal for you. So, and maybe you want to take 2 weeks off a year. So that would be 3 a week times 50 weeks, since you're taking 2 weeks off, and then divide 100,000 by that number. And then you know how much you need to make per shoot to make your $100,000 goal. Now, keep in mind that $100,000 is not actually $100,000 that you're gonna make, because you have taxes, you have all your cost of goods, you have marketing costs. There's a lot of costs that go into it, so you'd be surprised by how much you gross and then by how much you actually net in your income. It's a good idea to keep that in consideration when making these worksheets and brainstorming all of this. Taxes, it's different in every area, but it's easy enough to say like 30% is a rough idea of how much you'll get charged in taxes. So like I said, just keep that in mind when doing the math. Number 6, marketing. So I'm gonna do a lot more videos about marketing because so much goes into this, and I could never do it in this last little bit of this video. However, just the basics of marketing. Number 1, just get some business cards. I know it sounds so basic, but a lot of people do not do this nowadays, and it's really nice to have some and just pass them out whenever you meet somebody. Just keep getting your name out there. Network a bunch, so go to all the events you can think of, find all the business groups in your area, and just start showing up and ask for business. So if you want to do headshots, go to all the business meetings you can, the real estate agent events, all those types of things, and just say, hey, this is what I'm doing now, here's my card, call me if you need something. Go find businesses that are where your ideal clients are going to hang out. So I always have my people that I coach, I make them make a whole list of their ideal clients, I have them name this girl. This is an exercise that I did back in the day that I loved. You name your client, you talk about where they shop, where they hang out, where they eat, what they do, what they're like, and then you go and infiltrate all those places. So find out where they're going to be hanging out and try to do some collabs with those businesses. If it's a workout place that you know they're going to be at, try to do some type of special where you both are working together to, you either take pictures for them or you offer their clients something special, or just brainstorm, meet with them and see what you could do. The best thing to keep in mind here is just bring value to as many people as you can, do as many things for them as you can to help their business, and never expect it in return, but it'll always come back to you tenfold. So just value, value, value. Bring all the businesses and all the people value that you possibly can, and I promise you it'll come back. And the last little piece of marketing real quick is just word of mouth marketing. So give your clients such a cool, unique experience that they're gonna tell people about you. Give them some stories to share. Make it a fun event, a fun adventure. Do some crazy, fun, different things. Maybe listen to what they like and get them a gift that's specific to what they liked, and just blow them away with your customer service and your skills as a photographer and your professionalism. So just because you're professional doesn't mean you have to be boring. There are so many things where I'm like, why do people hire me? I'm crazy, but that's why they hire me, because I'm me. So just be yourself, give them an amazing experience, and I promise that word of mouth business is gonna just start building and building and building. So you have to do less of the other stuff and you're gonna get more word of mouth. And yeah, just give them an amazing experience. That is all I have for right now. Those 6 things are gonna help you tremendously starting out your photography business. I hope that helped and that was good information for you guys. Please comment below with any questions you have or anything you want more of. Hopefully I'll be making these videos every Wednesday for you guys, so I would love to know what you want to see more of. I will definitely be doing more fun videos, so I will see you guys soon. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to comment and subscribe below and let me know what else you want to hear from me. Alright guys, peace out!